Joe from Joe K Models here. So last time I was talking a lot about doing the seam work on this Zero airplane, and obviously there's a lot of cleanup that needs to happen, and I was going through a bunch of different ways that I was thinking about approaching it, and I got a really cool comment from Jeff's Model Garage, and he recommended I do sprue glue, or as I've come to find out on the internet, it's also called sprue goo. I think it's the same thing. But here is what it is. So I basically took an empty canister of this Tamiya extra thin cement, and I poured a little bit extra into it. So this was an empty bottle, and then I cut off pieces of sprue. And I just put it into the cement, and after a few hours it melts it, and what you end up with is you get kind of this paste. So it's like cement and sprue mixed together, and then what you can do with this is you can take your seam and you can just put this right over it. And I actually experimented a little bit with this on my mule here. And this has a seam running right down the middle, and you can kind of see it right here. And that was present right along here, right in the middle. And what I did was I used the sprue glue, about 3 coats of it. And then I sanded it. I wet sanded it using, I believe, around a 200 grit, maybe a 400 or 500 grit, and then a 1000 grit. Wet sanded that in succession, and then I put primer over it to see what type of an effect it'll have. And as you can see, it did a really good job on removing the seam. I don't really see anything there. So I think that's what I'm going to go with. I'm going to give that a shot. And then talking a little bit more, so when I said that I was going to finish doing the cockpit and everything, and I talked a little bit about the colors I was going to use for the airplane, come to find out that there's a very passionate community about these Zero planes and what colors they were. So actually the island back here, it appears to be this sort of black-blue color. So I'm going to be mixing that up and using that on the back. And then as far as the main color goes, I decided that I'm going to use this XF14 instead of the hemp color after looking at some different references. So it's kind of a grayish pistachio color, and I think this is what I'm going to go with. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this all cleaned up, and once it's ready to go, I'm going to spray it with this AS12, which is a bare metal silver, after priming it black. And then the whole thing should be silver. And then I'm going to do the hairspray technique where I spray some hairspray on there, and then I'll spray the top coat of this XF14, and then we're going to do a little bit of chipping after that. And I think that should look really good. So that's basically where I'm at with it. And I just wanted to give you guys an update. I know I haven't made a lot of content recently. I've been really busy with work and everything, but really happy for those following along and giving me these great tips as I go. So I definitely appreciate that feedback. So I will talk to you guys soon on the next vlog update, and I appreciate it. Talk to you later.